to address us a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the Speaker of the House and the members of the House, I would like to thank you for inviting us to do a presentation today and dialogue with the group. I don't want to make my presentation long. I'm not here to do any politicking. Let me just say just a few things before I go to what the House has been doing to alleviate our situation and to alleviate the suffering that we're going through. The President is very, very correct. If we have a very strong, responsible leadership, we will not be where we are today. This problem did not just happen overnight. It's been, and I think that in order for us to do really something good for our Commonwealth, we have to begin to be able to accept responsibility for the problems that are around, and to accept the fact that we do have a problem, serious problems. We have to, and I'm only going to go and touch one issue. You know, we do have the tourism industry that is the only engine right now that is working to bring the economy, to help our economy. The other engine died. And we have to accept, ask ourselves, why did it die? Did it just die? One thing that was done, and I think I still maintain very strongly, that the United States has to work closely with us, the leaders. And I'm not going to blame anybody, but this is what I mean by strong leadership. We cannot let anybody just make any decision that is going to affect us without our input. Now we sit here and we wonder why the garment industry closed and they moved elsewhere. And that was a major economic engine that came in. Now let's ask ourselves, let's stop blaming Sipuranos and Sipurana. Let's blame ourselves and let's do something about it. Let's move on. Policies that we set the stage for either success or failure. When the 17th legislature, of which I am a part of, came in, we saw a very, very big problem. And that problem is that we are about to sink. No money. The more we look at the budget and the more we work with the budget, we are very, very more convinced that we are going to sink if we don't do something about it. So what did we do? We immediately take up, and I have to apologize if some of you do not agree with the strategy that we chose to take, and that was the casino. Immediately, to infuse cash into this Commonwealth, new money. And we're talking about new money. We knew that the retirement fund was suffering. We look around and we look at our major public services like public health, public safety, the public school system, and you name it. And they're all suffering. They're asking us for, may we have some more money, please, pump into our budget? We can't. If we're going to do that, we don't have enough money to go around. But anyway, we saw that we need more money. So we worked together. We started. And I have to also commend our partners in the Senate, Senate President and his members, the members of the Senate, working together with us. We started to work on revenue generating measures, and among those are the ones that he mentioned. From the House, we worked, like I said, immediately on one strategy, and that is the casino. The casino measure went up to the Senate, and the last one, House Bill 17-240, we went up, sent it up in November, and unfortunately it died. But in that version, there were 3 features that I saw. Well, let me back up a little bit. We did not have a chance to work together, the 2 houses, on the bill, although because I think that if we give ourselves a chance to work on that bill, we could amend that bill to allow that bill to be the funding mechanism, to be the funding mechanism to bring in money for us, to dedicate money for the retirement system. But irregardless, we have in that version a very important version that says that not only is Saipan going to benefit from that legislation, this is going to also benefit Rhoda and Tinian. And we're going to program the money so that 20% of the money that comes in from the gaming tax is going to be going to Rhoda, Tinian, and 60% is going to go to Saipan. The second part of that is that we had a provision that we were going to have 3 casinos established. And each of the 3, the investor has to pay 10 million. So we had our 30 million right there coming in from that provision. Now, the money that is going to come in from the 10 million license fees, if you want to call it, to take care of us, is going to be used to take care of the debt, to put everybody to 80 hours, and then the rest will go to retirement, to the retirement fund. And then another provision is the gross receipt tax, the GRT provision that would allow us to have the funds received from gross receipt tax to be gross revenues. Those gross revenues will be available for appropriation only to pay the debt that the government owes the retirement fund, which now stands at 350 mil. So we have that provision coming in the casino bill. And then after that, whatever is left, when that is taken care of, our debt, the government's debt to the retirement fund is paid off, and we are fully current, then the rest of the money is going to be available for general appropriation. Had we, this is me, had we had a chance to be able to work together, the House and the Senate, on that bill before it was, it was defeated and it did not go through, perhaps we could incorporate amendments that could make that bill, that casino bill, a funding mechanism by putting in a provision that would set aside the money, set aside the money for the retirement fund. That's the thinking that we were hoping that we could be able to do. So, just very briefly, yes, we are working together, and we are going to work together with the leadership, with Mr. President and our senators from the upper house to look at the bills that would help us recover economically, the bills that would bring in the money that we need in your situation to be able to take care of you, our retirees. So that bill is given an opportunity, and I don't know under the rules of the Senate if Mr. President, if that is still possible that we could do a reconsideration. Now, let's say that If that is not possible, then we will have to wait until after the general election, or we'll see what happens in the upcoming general election in November. But if this bill is allowed to go through, we have resources that would help us, that we have put into the legislation, and we can make that legislation better. Immediately, that's what I have that is very specific, that would be set, that money will be set aside for the retirees. But you have also, and I recognize that Mr. President has noted some of the bills that have been sent from the Senate to the House, and they're sitting in the House. We'll look at those bills and see what we can do with those bills. I think I'm going to stop here, but I do agree that we need to work together with you. I'm sure that we can help to turn this economy around. Thank you, and I will stay and answer questions that you have. Thank you.